Okay, this is the latest acquisition. It's a 1973 Charger SE Brougham edition. It's a 318. It has 127,000 original miles on it. It's sitting at my friend's shop right now. I need to get a front seal put on it. It's been sitting roughly since 1998, garaged and unregistered. As you can see, engine's pretty much all original, down to the AC. Engine paint, it's just a dusty, dirty engine compartment is all. So, got a lot of potential for it. So, especially with it being just a 318 car, that's probably the main reason why it survived as long as it has. But right now I'm going to do a cold start of it, see how things progress. Again, it's been sitting roughly about over a week. Look at that. Testament to design, simplicity, and durability. As you see, fresh off a cold start. Just pumped it a couple of times. Interior is really nice on this car. There's a slapstick shifter. It has the rare gold interior for the car. And it still does have the remnants of the Cobra skin vinyl top on it, which was replaced at one time. The car also does feature chrome dual, what they called racing mirrors. Back in 1973-74, that was a $56 add-up option. This also does have the Rally Dash 120 mile an hour version, as opposed to the regular flat pan. Again, you can witness even the oil pressure. It's got good oil pressure, good charging, still building temperature, because again, it was a cold start. So proof is in the startup right there. So let's see if we got the cold idle warming it up right now. Does not feature tilt, but it does have power steering, power brakes, AC automatic. It was an AM/FM car. Of course, one typical upgrade is people will hack out that original dash and throw in an aftermarket. So, that'll have to be either replaced or have a decent aftermarket put in it to address the hole. But it's a shame that the case itself has been damaged on that. But it's one of those things. I'm kind of a purist. I don't like doing things like that. That's not the way I roll. But I do think it has some great potential to it. It just needs to be detailed out. I have a semi-decent interior. It's pretty dusty and dirty in here. Looks like at one time one of the original owners must have been a heavy smoker. So I can rectify that and we'll get that fixed right up. I'm going to go ahead, I'll shut this off and open up the trunk and let's take a look around. This is another segment of the 1973 Dodge Charger SE Brougham. One neat feature that actually, believe it or not, does work after all these years in the car was a safety innovation for Chrysler, was the extra seatbelt warning buzzer. So, check it out. How neat is that? I mean, granted, it's super annoying, but how many of them do you actually get that feature still works on the car? Here's a segment with me opening the trunk. Show you how clean it is on the trunk, which is a rarity for the older Chrysler products, especially in the areas where it rains. A little bit of body damage, as you can see, but it's rust-free sheet metal, which is nice. A lot of the times with the value in these cars and the money people will pay, especially for a rusted out Hulk, is almost amazing. Original color. I get to determine what color it is. I'll do some research on that. As you can see, it had the trunk label in it. Factory original 15-inch rally rim, still present. Jacking equipment in place in the trunk, even after all these years. As you can see in the corners, pretty much rust-free. Just a little surface rust, but nothing that can't be cleaned up and made to look presentable. Again, it's a really good looking car, and it's got a lot of potential in my honest opinion. But like I said, how clean and original it is, it's almost unbelievable even after all these years. Look at that with the spare assembly. It still has the pivot rod in place, also with the floor jack base. Let's see where the lock might be on this. Some strange Sony early model disc player. Factory floor mat or trunk mat still in place. Oh, gold mine. There you go. Factory original stowage jack. Original jack itself. And there goes the twist. Keep it tied up and in place. Spares currently on the car. But again, factory original. Nice non-molested piece. The trunk itself needs a little bit of work, but overall it's a nice rust-free piece compared to some of the other panels that you might find available to you. Even the trunk light works. How cool is that? So, I think it's quite a neat vehicle. It has a lot of potential. What do you think? Do you think I ought to go big block, leave it small block, or modern style Hemi? I'll set it up and you tell me what you think the upgrade should be. Okay, in this portion, I'm going to show you the exterior of the vehicle, looking in particular at the vinyl top. I'm going to zoom in on this. And if you notice, it's got not your typical vinyl, but it's almost striped, looking like cobra skin, hence the name Cobra. A little crispity, a little crunchy, but overall the roof's in really good shape. You can even see it if you catch it in some light, the actual original finish peering out under it. So pretty rust free. I imagine there may be some surface rust where some of the interior has delaminated throughout the years, but we'll find out more and I'll get you an update once we get the top pulled on it. But fairly original car, some kind of beige, but nice, all original, even down to the factory 15 inches rally wheels. Again, those are pretty rare to even find the original rallies on a car, but let alone it's a 15 inch, not the typical 14 inch, which you can find dozens of. Grill's in decent shape. It's got a couple of segments that needs to be replaced. Front bumper, a little dented, a little dinged, but rust free. A lot of potential on this car.